What up traders, what up investors, Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and we're looking at a pretty funny meme within the Wall Street Bets on just saying DIS puts question marks blah, 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 blah. Within the screen cap it says when you close Disney World at 3,000 cases and then reopen it at 3 million, hinting the overall pandemic and how many cases have exploded, especially in the home state where Disney World resides in Florida. Has been a very explosion of cases of the virus. So that kind of got me pondering. Disney is one of my larger positions in my longer term fund. That being said, we can go ahead and jump to the charts again. As of right now, Disneyland in California cannot even open in Anaheim due to the government just restricting it. And the same thing with Hong Kong. They literally just closed it again. Again, the government just stepping in and saying nope. And anything with Disney World right now that's still, again, just reopened. Things are going great. People are saying they're having fun, but again, there's pretty strict qualifications to what you can do when you get in the park. That being said, you didn't come here to talk about Disney politics. We came here to look at the Disney stock chart. Again, Disney, quick little recap, was doing fairly well again until the pandemic virus hit, got hit really bad, really hard, again, due to multiple cores of their business, sports, ESPN, dunzos. Then you got cruise ships, dunzos. And then you have, of course, the parks, and that completely went kaput as well, with the completely negative downside of not having most of the stuff is entertainment and travel and leisure stuff. So that's basically has gone to nil for a lot of different, for the foreseeable future. And just kind of slowly reopen and acclimate that back into the world. That being said, looking here at the chart, we've kind of had somewhat of a sloppy rebound here, kind of just trading sideways here, kind of holding the 21 exponential moving average, which is the yellow line here, then kind of hitting some chop here, kind of hitting this overall ceiling of resistance around the 200 exponential moving average, which is around 121. Kind of broke above it a couple times and just kind of failed to capture that, and then now kind of coming in between the 55 and the 50. Well, this is the 55 exponential, and this is just the 50 simple moving average. Kind of I've used these to kind of test out potential more resistance as well. Kind of lining up here, kind of bouncing here, slightly off that 50-day today. We still have the magical parabolic SAR dots printing to the bottom of it, ensuing that this trend is still somewhat intact, but again, as we just talked about, that potential overhead resistance at that 121 level where the exponential moving average has come into. Again, with a lot of the overall market being down today, we have the Nasdaq's futures are still down 90-ish. S&P 500 looks like it's pretty positive. We kind of had a slight sell-off into the close of Monday into today, but a lot of the banks have been reporting fairly well. Citi's doing well. We'll just more see what Goldman Sachs and Bank of America does as well. Again, we have Netflix earnings on Thursday, and we're going to be having a live stream regarding that. Definitely bring your favorite snack and beverage to that live stream. We're just going to be probably trading throughout probably 2:30 until close, and then we'll see how the close goes and look at the live Netflix earnings report. So that being said, again, going back to Disney here, really again, overhead resistance around 121. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative on that. To the downside, so I like to do these Fibonacci retracements quite a bit here. So the first one we're going to do just the Fibonacci retracements here, the basic ones. So you can kind of see here that overall support above 125. It's kind of some overhead pressure as well. So I'm not going to put the line up there. Just be mindful that the previous high to low, the 50% retracement is kind of where we're at the 116, 117 level. I'm just going to round it down to 116 level there. And potential downside support is really going to come into these lower bands here around 107. Again, if it starts breaking below 110 with some velocity, that 107 could easily be touched for potential downside support. There is a lot of, we call it like rubber banding, with all these moving averages getting really tightly wound in together with each other here, and it's just showing, again, they are stacked. You have the 5, 8, 21, 34, 50, and 55, which is ensuing, again, on a very tight pattern for that potential break higher. But again, if you traded for more than 2 days, you know that the market is sometimes emotional, and there is no crystal ball in the market without a doubt, and things can change on a dime. This is a case here too. That's why we have these potential looking at support and resistance levels to kind of give us a better guidelines on where we should enter, where should we trade, where should we be cautious about, and different various expectations from that. So that's basically one of the Fibonacci retracements. So if you're going to be more bearish on it, like the post did, we want to look at the Fibonacci extensions tool. So that's going to do the swing high to the low and then to the high again, and it really comes in at the 23.6 percentile move as again at that 110 level. So if you really start getting lower, or you expect, or you want to place the bet of Disney failing potentially when it hits 121, where can it go? Most likely it's going to come bounce to the 21 or 34 if it hits the 200 day and it just kind of plummets back down. But if you just think it's just going to fall off the cliff here, the first line is basically going to come at 110, and then if it continues to fall with a lot of momentum and a lot of volatility, that it could come back down to 100. We do have earnings on the horizon on the 8th of August. I'm sorry, the 4th of August. Sorry, the 4th of August. That we could, again, earnings coming up. It's kind of a coin flip. Earnings is 3.5 weeks away, so that's quite a far ways away, but anything can happen in the market. As of right now, what we're going to be looking at is just kind of trading sideways. So I like to draw these little boxes here to kind of potentially show that we can just be trading sideways inside this box. We kind of did this with AMD before. We can look at AMD, what we're talking about here, where it's literally been just trading in this box and just not going anywhere. What I should do is just remove the box, and maybe magically the ticks will go higher or lower from that. I don't know. Maybe just I have enchanted this box that doesn't allow things to escape it. But that being said, I potentially could see this, some key levels of what I'm looking at is if it starts breaking above the 121, that would be, again, more of the bullish side, and the bear side so if it starts breaking below 111 to 110. But again, with earnings on the horizon, it's kind of could be a steady eddy to see what happens, and a lot of investors and larger funds just kind of waiting on what the report says. Most likely they're going to be forgiven on a lot of things and really just highlight the Disney Plus stuff, their streaming services. I'm sure that has pretty much grown exponentially due to a lot of folks just staying at home, being able to keep their kids entertained, and of course watch one of the better shows on there, The Mandalorian, which I definitely tell you to check out. It's a fantastic show. If you're into the Star Wars, even if you're like in a Western kind of theme thing, it's actually a really good show. Alright, so that being said, that basically wraps up the overall look at the Disney stock here. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested and you want to join the Discord chat, that's down below here. We do a lot of fun stuff. We share some charts. Got some folks always just talking here. It's always a lot of fun. We also have a Patreon page if you want to join that to support the channel directly. And we also have an affiliate link with Tastyworks, what we use for trading options. Again, that's down in the description below. Again, guys, I hope to see you on the next live stream. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.